All right, folks. I want you to stick around at the end of the show because, first of all, I'm going to give y'all a sneak peek into the 10-part docuseries that we are doing on the 2019 year of return. Y'all get to see that, and so y'all want to stick around for that also. After the show, we'll be streaming, of course, Balanced Life with Dr. Jackie Hood Martin, the conversation we just had. Well, we have a weekly show that's all about that, helping you live a balanced life. And so, again, you want to stick around for that because we got some great content, and that's what we're doing here on the Black Start Network. Just some phenomenal stuff. Of course, we launched Deborah Owens' show on Monday. Yesterday, we also launched today Dr. Jackie Hood Martin's show. Tomorrow, we got our next Roland with Roland with director Bill Duke. Y'all remember him? From Minister Society? Yeah, y'all remember. You remember that. Then also today we kicked off Faraji Muhammad's Daily Show, and then on Thursday or Friday, tell me which one, Keenan, we're dropping Dr. Greg Carr's show, The Black Table. And so, again, fantastic rollout of the new shows this week, and so it's great. All right, we often talk about home ownership. We often talk about, of course, construction in terms of us getting businesses and leasing. But what happens when we actually are on the building side? Well, SNR Construction is a Black-owned pre-stop shop based in Houston, Texas. That's right, folks. Services include project management, of course, sheeting, painting, and clearing as well. Sakara Ross, she's the president of SNR Construction. She joins us right now from the greatest city in the world, my hometown.
Hello, guys.
Houston, Texas. How you doing?
Oh, wow. Houston's your hometown.
I'm born and raised there.
I did not know that.
Jack Yates High School. Come on now.
Which one?
JY.
Oh, Yates.
That's right. That's how we roll. So let's get right to it. Was this something that you actually wanted to do growing up? Where did this idea of a construction company come from?
So, no, it was not something that I initially wanted to do growing up. My grandfather was a carpenter in the 1950s. So my father had a lot of experience in construction with carpentry, and I would always see him doing things around the house to improve, or even just little projects for, friends or family members. So I've always been around it, but I never really had the desire until later on in life. I just had the idea to give back to my dad and create a family legacy. So that's really where the company originated. I've always had an entrepreneur spirit. So I figured, hey, I'm going to start this company. I'm going to start it for my dad and give him something to do management-wise as he grows older, because, my father was a very active man, and he was always physical, but we all know as we age, sometimes, you have to slow down and you're unable to do those things. So it was really me with the intentions of blessing him. And about a month after I started the company, my father passed. So that blessing for him turned out to be a blessing for me. And it's allowed me to take care of myself since my father's passing.
When did y'all start the company?
2017.
2017.
Well, the end of 2016. But when we had the hurricane in 2017, that's really when we first got like our bulk of business. So that's when we took off.
And so why home construction and not commercial?
Actually, I've done a little bit of both. So we started out with schools. We started out like repairing schools that got damaged in Hurricane Harvey. And then, of course, I got all my city certifications with the Houston Business of Opportunity. And that's where I was led into doing residential, because there was such a demand in home repair for these people who've been pretty much displaced with the hurricane. So that's just something that was there right at the time that I started the company. So we've consistently been blessed with working on that project for the last 4 years. But, construction it's very large. It's a large industry. And I've also tapped into civil. And as I've been in this industry, I've had my challenges, but I've also been welcomed by so many people because I am a young woman and I'm an African American woman. They've been very receptive, and they've given me so much insight and helped me along the way, which has allowed me to experience other areas of the industry that that I never even thought about. So I've worked on civil projects. I've done inspections for a heavy underground utility project. And that has also led me to do concrete work. And it's just, we're constantly being exposed to things and growing. And it's just been a blessing. So I'm not limited to only residential.
Got some other questions, but I'm going to bring in my panel right now. Let me go to Teresa Lundy. Teresa, you get the first question.
Well, one, congratulations. I know it is not easy building a business, but my question to you is, have you been getting some support from the real estate market? What type of research have you been doing in order to stay up on some of the updates and some of the nuances that's happening since the pandemic?
Well, I've definitely been watching how the materials, of course, the pricing has gone up. And, you know, I've really been working on expanding the business, doing more rehab work. For me, because the materials are going up, I think it's more cost efficient to go in and do rehab as opposed to trying to do new builds right now because lumber has gone up like crazy. All the main materials, especially with inflation, everyone's going up on their prices. So I've just been staying on top of that and trying to make sure that, you know, I make the decisions that are best for my company so that we can continue to see movement and growth, but also be smart and not jump out there and, you know, do things that may potentially put us in a bind.
Mustafa.
Yeah, I'm always interested in supply chains and also the folks that we hire. So the question is, when you are dealing with supply chains, do you also focus on getting those from African American or other people of color companies when possible? And then the second part to the question, well, I'll let you answer that.
I do. I absolutely try to get my supplies from African Americans, and I also try to employ them as well. And those both areas have been challenging, but yeah, I've found some success in them as well.
Second question, Mustafa.
She got the second question because I was curious about for Black and brown communities. And you already mentioned that you've been looking for those employees, and are you currently navigating that process?
Yeah, you know, that was also very important to me. I wanted to give people opportunities, especially, I want to give all people opportunities. However, I would love to give people opportunities who look like me, that may not have an easier way of navigating and entering those rooms to get those opportunities. So that is my primary focus. I've been able to find people to partner with, but as far as finding people to do the work, the trades, it's been challenging. It's been more Hispanic workers. I worked on a concrete project maybe about 3 months ago, and I started out with 4-man crew, and you know, they were very skilled and knowledgeable, but they just couldn't get along and work together, and it just was hard to watch. So maybe like 2 weeks within the project, I had to bring in some other people and mix it, and we got through it, but it's been a struggle. I really find more Hispanic workers, especially being in Texas, they're everywhere.
Demario.
Good to meet you tonight. My question or my comment / question is, like in our household, my wife, she loves the construction stuff, building stuff, all that type of stuff. You remind me of her a lot. But I noticed that when we have contractors over, like we have right now, we're having some work done, and they talk to her, they don't give her the respect. They don't think she really knows what she's talking about. She's a pretty woman, and it's kind of like, oh, and if I'm around, they want to talk to me. But what's funny is like she really knows more about what's going on than I do. So I'm wondering from the perspective of being the boss lady, not only just dealing with your crews, right, but actually getting the contracts, going into those bids where you're dealing with not only as a Black person, but a Black woman. Just talk to us about that, how you navigated that, and how did your grandfather and father help you prepare you for that?
Well, I grew up, I'm not originally from Houston. I grew up in Nacogdoches, Texas. So, small town country girl. I have no problem getting
Nacogdoches, Stephen F. Austin.
Nacogdoches. Yeah. So, you know, I grew up, I was a daddy's girl, so I was always following my dad around, and I think I do have a lot of my mom in me, but I've got more of my father in me. So I was a tomboy, and I have 2 older brothers, so I think I handle myself pretty well, especially in a male-dominated industry. And I carry myself respectful. I don't take any crap. And, you respect me, I'm going to respect you. And I just definitely have to be an expert and knowledgeable because, of course, being a woman, they think that I don't know what I'm talking about, or being an attractive woman, they think that I'm soft or I'm just, I'm dainty. I've had experiences with workers and both people, at a higher level. And it's been a challenge, but, what do? Life is challenging. You just keep going. You adjust and you keep going. And if there's ever an issue where I feel like an opportunity is not given to me because I'm a woman or whatever, that opportunity wasn't for me. There's so many others out there. And I just try to keep myself motivated and not allow myself to be discouraged by that because it doesn't reflect. It's more of a reflection on them. It has nothing to do with me. And I think that there's more women taking up spaces in this industry, and I definitely hope that I can inspire more Black women to hold space in this industry because I think we're more than capable. And I'm here to stay. Hopefully, we'll grow a lot more. But yeah, I don't really let that discourage me.
As president of SNR Construction in Houston, we'll certainly appreciate it. Thank you so very much for joining us. Good luck in the future.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, see you around H-Town.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Have
Thanks a
a good
lot.
one.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
Time to be smart.
Roland Martin's doing this every day.
Oh, no punches!
Thank you, Roland Martin, for always giving voice to the issues.
Look for Roland Martin in the whirlwind, to quote Marcus Garvey again.
The video looks phenomenal, so I'm really excited to see it on my big screen.
Support this man, Black Media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
I got to defer to the brilliance of Dr. Carr and to the brilliance of the Black Star Network.
I am rolling with Roland all the way.
Honored to be on a show that you own. A Black man owns the show.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
I'm real revolutionary right now. Roland was amazing on there.
Stay Black. I love y'all.
I can't commend you enough about this platform that you've created for us to be able to share who we are, what we're doing in the world, and the impact that we're having.
Let's be smart. Bring your eyeballs home.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
You dig?